Every messaging that came from the Islamic Republic for forever, for as long as I remember, suggested that the Islamic Republic would never, never, never give up the enriching of uranium, and also this whole enriched uranium that they already have. They would not give that up because, and the reason why they would not give that up is because it's basically impossible to sell that internally. When it comes to the regime followers, they can't afford to lose the regime supporters, to lose them, as you know, because they already, their support is already very, very low. And the one thing that the regime supporters hate the most, more than death, more than poverty, is humiliation. And giving up the enriched uranium is undeniable humiliation. It's undeniable humiliation. So that's why, like, when you say that this is something that they will never give up, I would, I would usually agree with that. But there's one thing. So the reason why now, you know, it might be the case that President Trump is like just messing with these people. Like, if my understanding of what you said is correct, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're thinking that President Trump is saying that because he's playing mind games with them, right? So that is like a very, good guess, because because of two reasons. Because first, President Trump has done this before. One, two, we know how devastating it is for the Islamic Republic to do this, like internally, when it comes to their internal politics. However, now, given how things have changed, we can't dismiss the possibility that this is real, for real, because the Islamic Republic has something else that they cannot lose, that they can't afford to lose, more than even this support by the regime followers. And that is money, right? And it might be the case that President Trump has finally found the Achilles heel of the Islamic Republic, and it's apparently the Achilles heel was not killing Ali Khamenei, it was not killing the IRGC leaders, it was not destroying the Navy, it was not destroying the Air Force, it was not destroying IRGC bases and Basiji bases. He did all of this, and these people were continuing to fight and being very unflexible. It seems like, but as soon as President Trump decided to put a blockade on the Iranian ports, maybe, again, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but maybe all of a sudden they're like, okay, they're starting to tap out and they're agreeing to everything. Okay, maybe because they can't afford to lose their source of revenue. Because as much as it's true that people will abandon you if you betray the values of the revolution, if you betray the blood of Ali Khamenei and all of that, as much as it's true that they would lose people because of that, if they do that, they would lose more people if they don't have money to pay people. So this is very interesting, because we have to ask, are people more ideologically motivated to support the Islamic Republic, or are they more financially motivated to support the Islamic Republic? So what is going to lead to the downfall of the Islamic Republic faster? Losing, betraying their ideology, or not having any money to pay the suppressing forces? And I bet it's actually money. I bet like that would be a bigger loss to them than betraying their ideology. So if President Trump has finally managed to find a way to hurt them where it hurts them most, which is their wallet, maybe they are, maybe for the sake of being able to sell their oil and gas, maybe they would be willing to give up the enriched uranium. What do you think, Kelly?
I like to think that this was put forward to them because they've been refusing for so long to give it up. And I feel like as this deadline approaches, that they're not going to give it up and we're going to go in and do what we have to do. I mean, that's maybe wishful thinking, but I don't know.
So So here's an interesting thing. Both of these might be true at the same time. So are they giving up, or are they not giving it up? And the answer might be yes to both, because we're not dealing with one Islamic Republic. We might be dealing with a fragmented Islamic Republic, and parts of it do want to give it up, and parts of it are refusing to give it up. I think that the parts of IRGC that are being flexible with President Trump, and they want to actually accept all of his terms of his surrender, the distance between them and Trump right now is less than the difference between them and other parts of IRGC.